Hey guys, what's up? In this video, we will cover second RTP questions. In earlier video, I had already provided you first RTP questions based on case scenario. In RTP May 20 for CA final law, there were only two case scenario based questions. Now, after completing these two videos of RTP case scenario, we will start from next day case scenarios from directors, then from some important topics, then we will move on case scenario based on consolidated. And for PDF, I will attach every video lectures PDF in description mode, in description. Don't worry for that. Now, without wasting time, let's start our second question. I know we have already done first questions. This is of RTP. I written RTP May 20. Okay. And now we are reading second question. Second question is what? Again, we will apply same methodology and same technique, that we will analyze each and every situation and sentence. Now start. Alibaba Limited. Let's again read. ABC Limited is a listed company. Okay. Now the company is listed company. In earlier question was from public company. Now here question is from listed company. Okay. Incorporated under the provisions of companies law, having registered office Andhra Pradesh. Okay. There is one company which is listed and have registered office in Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Smart is the managing director of Alibaba Limited since its incorporation. Okay, when Alibaba Limited was incorporated, from that time, Mrs. Smart was managing director. She was first. What is written? Sorry. She was first director and one of the promoter of the company. Okay, she was director also and also a promoter. She has vast experience of managing the company in its efficient manner. Okay, nothing to do. Alibaba Limited is a holding company of PM Limited. Okay, now PM Limited means it is a subsidiary of Alibaba Limited, with FIRA Private Limited is a subsidiary to PM Limited. Please keep in one thing in mind. FIRA is a private limited, but being it is a subsidiary of PM Limited, now PM Limited is a public company. Okay, and a subsidiary of public company is also considered as public company. Now this means FIRA Private Limited will become public company just by the virtue of its shareholding. Okay, now following are the details pertaining to incorporations of the related entity and its capital structure. Okay, this capital structure has given. Let's see the particulars. Date of incorporation of Alibaba Limited is 17th 9 1985. Okay, 6 9 1988 and 6 9 1989. Okay, these all are dates. 28 9 1989. Sorry. Registered office is Alibaba Limited Andhra Pradesh. PM Limited registered office is Delhi. Okay, and FIRA Limited is Hyderabad. Authorized share capital has given. Paid share capital has given. Under the guidance of Mr. Smart, Alibaba Limited acquiring shareholding in PM Limited and thus resulting into a subsidiary of Alibaba Limited. I already had tell you, Alibaba Limited has acquired PM Limited. Not this line is useless because already in above it has been written that Alibaba Limited is a holding. It means PM Limited is already a subsidiary. Now, Board of Directors of Alibaba Limited wishes to nominate Mrs. Smart for the position of MD in PM Limited. Now think, MD in PM Limited. Mrs. Smart is already MD in Alibaba Limited. A person can become MD in two company or not? Now you have to think which section will apply here. Does I am asking you, can you say a person can become MD in two company? Yes, obviously a person can become MD in two company, but that person have to comply with the section 203. Okay, they have to comply section 203, and here we can assume, before reading below line, we can presume that here Mr. Smart, PM Limited. So Mrs. Smart has complied with sections 203. Means PM Limited must have taken all the approval. Now, also to appoint her as a whole-time director in FIRA Private Limited. Now, Mrs. Smart is also trying to be whole-time director in FIRA Private Limited. First of all, now FIRA Private Limited is no more a private limited; it is a public company, and a person can become whole-time director in that company. There is nothing to oppose. Second, therefore, Board of Directors of PM Limited pass board resolutions through resolution by circulations to appoint Mrs. Smart as the managing director of the company. Okay, resolution by circulation has been passed to appoint Mrs. Smart as MD of PM company. Subsequently, the Board of Directors of FIRA Private Limited passed board resolutions at the board meeting, where all the directors present in the meeting approved the resolutions for appointing as a whole-time director of the company. The Board of Directors of FIRA Private Limited has passed board resolutions at board meeting. Okay, why they had passed board resolutions? When all directors has present in the meeting and approved the resolutions of board director. All the directors has passed present and all directors has passed. Okay, this means they had complied with sections 203. Okay, I am not giving you a subsection name. This is 203 subsection 3 actually, but let's consider 203. Okay, now the FIRA Private Limited also conducted the general meeting to appoint general meeting for getting approval of shareholder and passed ordinary resolutions to appoint whole-time director in the company. Okay, FIRA Private Limited has also arranged its ordinary resolutions and tried to approve the director in the company. Now let's further the appointment of Mrs. Smart PM Limited and FIRA Private Limited had complied with Schedule 5 of the Companies Act. In respect of the respective companies didn't take any approval from central government for her appointment as MD and whole-time director respectively. There is nothing wrong, okay, because Mrs. Smart is MD, and if they had taken UBR, unanimous board resolutions, then they can become MD in one more company. Okay, and for a whole-time director, she was not earlier whole-time director, she is becoming first time whole-time director. Okay, based on the above provided information, in light of the applicable provisions of the Company Act 2013, read with Schedule 5 of the Act, you are asked to advise in following MCQs. Now see what are the MCQs. First MCQ is saying that state on the validity of appointment of Mrs. Smart as a managing director of PM Limited in the provisions of the Company Act 2013. You have been asked, is her appointment is valid or not? I had already said you. Please think once. I had already said you 203 have to be complied. Here please say in 203 the company has complied or not. Board of Directors of PM Limited has passed board resolutions through circulations. I was just taking up your mind here. Board of Directors of PM Limited has passed board resolutions by circulations to appoint Mrs. Smart as the MD of the company. Mr. Smart as the MD of the company. Here, PM Limited should pass unanimous board resolutions. But who had passed unanimous board resolutions? Subsequently, Board of Directors of FIRA Limited has passed unanimous board resolutions. All directors present in the meeting and approved the resolution. This should have been passed by the PM Limited. So, this appointment was not in accordance with sections 203 subsection left it. Subsection 3 it was left it. This appointment was not in accordance with section 203. So your answer will be, it will be invalid. The meeting has been invalid because no such appointment was made or approved by the resolutions passed in the board meeting with the consent of all the directors. A MD can become MD in another company only by UBR, unanimous board resolutions, that means by the consent of all the directors. Okay, this is the answer of question number 1. Now question number 2, whether Mrs. Smart's appointment as a whole-time director in FIRA Private Limited is valid as per the provisions of 2013. Now please see, obviously Miss FIRA Private Limited is became public company, and they had done more thing because they had taken approval of shareholder also. They had taken director approval, all the director which were not necessary, but they had taken. This means they had their appointment is valid. So here answer will be second. Answer will be no, wrong. As per section 271 it is deemed a public company, and as no further approval of central government. No, because restriction under section 203 subsection 3 on the appointment is more than one company. These all are useless according to me, because appointment is valid and you can say it is deemed to be public company. Okay, answer will be B, but actual answer will be because they had comply with all the rules. Okay, questions 2 you can take. Questions 2 answer is B. Now let's see question number 3. What will be the legal position as to the appointment of Mrs. Smart as a managing director in PM Limited if Alibaba Limited is a government company? Okay, now read 203 subsections 1, 2, 3, 4. You have read that 203 subsection 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't apply to government company. Okay, 203 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't apply to government company. So invalid due to non-compliance, valid in the light of the provision 2034A, valid with the approval, invalid because person, valid with the approval of central government, and option D is invalid because the persons cannot hold office of mandate more than one company. I think some who had made this doesn't understand, because same option has written here also and same option has written here also. Two place there is same option. Doesn't know how they prepared MCQ, and these options are not exact options. They have been exempted, right? Being a government company, you are now exempted, and valid in the right of provisions of, okay, you can say valid in the right of provisions of 203 4A. You can say that 4A, okay? Just because 203 4A you have been exempted, because I can say this is basically illogical. Asking subsection I hate most, because these exemptions point has been written in 4A, 203 4A, but asking section is totally rubbish things, I can say you. But what we can do, just ignore them. Your answer will be B, 203 4A. So answer will be here B. Okay. Okay. I believe here option should be, because it is not applicable on section 203 is not applicable on government company, is more than enough. Writing subsection number just bring pressure on students to read and to learn section number. I don't know why such questions are being made. We cannot do anything, just we have to mug up this point. Please read 203 4A has mentioned, it has been insulted. 203 4A has been insulted just to provide you exemptions to government companies from applicability of section 203 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Now question number 4. What is the status of FIRA Private Limited for the purpose of applicability of the Companies Act 2013 if Alibaba Limited is a government company? Obviously, if Alibaba Limited is government company, okay, then that will be also be a government company. Okay, there is nothing to change. But again, these questions have been it never is possible, because we have to again look capital structures. We have to look these capital structures, but here shareholding pattern is not given. I can only presume with options available, this it must be government company, but always it never can be possible. Okay, but in this question Alibaba Limited is government company, then FIRA Private Limited should be also be a public company. 5. Whether the appointment of Mrs. Smart as a whole-time director in FIRA Private Limited is legally acceptable. appointment of Mrs. Smart as a whole-time director in Fira Private Limited is legally acceptable or not? There is nothing wrong, okay? Because Alibaba Limited is, if Alibaba Limited is government company, if Alibaba Limited is government company, then no need to think about 203. Okay, then option should be no, S, and option should be your, because yeah, okay, B, option should be B, because sections 203 is not applicable on government company. Okay, this is your questions. Now we will do question number 3 from next video, and I hope in this RTP questions some few questions are confusing, because I never suggest to put students in pressure to mugging up section number, but I found in one question there is mugging up, just mugging up of section number, subsection number, even subsection with clause. Sometime I say can ask, I don't know why I say ask such things, but generally I say in examination I say must think before giving such questions. So students, please try to learn concept, never try to run over sections, subsections or clause. Okay, all the best for your examinations. I hope this video are helping you much, and if you found any difficulties in any videos, please let us know. We are working and just providing you one-stop solutions for all of your problem. Please support us. You are only one who can begin. You can, I must say, you can begin with our being a family member. All the best. Thank you. Best of luck.